Show is back. Go on, sit down. The celebrities are ready to entertain you some more.
Yes. The celebrities are ready to entertain you. Hey, that giant 747 cargo plane that landed at the wrong airport in Wichita, Kansas.
Right.
Apparently, it made a mistake. It landed at an airport that's much too small for it to take off from.
Sure.
They're going to try to take off at 1 o'clock.
Wow!
So that's going to be fun to watch.
The big plane?
I bet they're throwing everything the fuck out of that plane.
But that means they feel pretty confident they can get that off the ground.
I would assume.
Okay.
They probably do. I don't think
They crunched the numbers.
They crunched some numbers.
They crunched some numbers and, we got this.
I bet here's what they do.
We got this.
I bet you here's what they do.
Yeah.
They only fuel it to land at a very nearby airport to get the rest of the fuel. That way, it's a lot lighter,
right?
Fuel-wise.
And
nothing in there.
And they might be able to survive if there's a bit of an issue.
There's an issue? If they maybe go off the end of the runway?
Who's not watching that at 1 o'clock?
That does sound kind of fun.
I hope they got cameras on that.
Yeah, there's cameras on it right now, so I'm sure they're not going anywhere.
Good.
And then they got to, just get every bit of cargo out of that fucking thing. They'll probably, truck it from where it is to the airport that they're going to land
Fuck that. They'll probably take everything they can out of it.
Yeah.
Let's remove
just throwing seats out.
The bathroom.
Like an old World War II thing. As it's rolling down the runway, they're still throwing shit out.
All the sodas.
Bowling balls and anvils for some reason are on the plane.
Yes.
Yeah, so that sounds kind of exciting.
Who announced Wi-Fi for the complete flight this morning? Southwest, was it?
I wasn't United. That hunk of shit.
No, because they supposedly I didn't understand this. Someone that certainly knows more about this than me.
Southwest has the little domes on.
But
all
they
their
have their
planes.
own shit supposedly that's slightly different than the regular Wi-Fi, and that's why they could do it, and it's going to take the other airlines a few years to catch up. And that's why they're not officially offering it yet. Does anyone know about this?
Is it a technology issue?
That's what I'm saying. Their technology is their Wi-Fi is a little different, so they could offer gate-to-gate Wi-Fi.
Oh.
But that's as far I could go with this.
They probably have to.
IT guy.
I would assume you got to have some fucking Wi-Fi transmitters at the airports and stuff, or is it all satellite?
I was under the impression, but it was very early, and I was only up a mere minutes when I was starting to listen to the news, that
satellite.
It was a slightly different type of Wi-Fi.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, it's pretty good. It is nice to have Wi-Fi up there, huh?
I am.
Am I right or am I wrong?
I'd never turn my fucking phone off.
Yeah, I say, why not Fi?
Know why?
That's a good one,
know
too.
Why that was all? Know why I knew that was all bullshit? Because they had to trust you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I knew it was like the odds of something happening because you keep your phone on are so slim, or they would have to take your phone.
They would take your phone.
They would have to. If there was a real situation that could happen, they would just collect all your shit before and then give it back to you when you land.
It was never proven that there was any problem with the instruments that they used to take off and land.
Right.
Their navigation equipment. And then Mythbusters did a demonstration on how their phones don't interfere with any of the instruments on a plane.
Right.
And they always go to the extreme of it, so they tried it with the phones and everything, and when that did nothing, they took the signals from the phones and amplified the living shit out of them to the point that no phone or a plane full of phones on the same frequency would never do that, and it still didn't do anything. So
I flew recently for my little trip to Rochester/Buffalo. And
your arms were killing you?
They were killing me. And they fucking took my toothpaste. I made a rookie mistake.
Oh, man.
Put it in your hiney?
Put it in my hiney. Fucking rookie mistake. All of a sudden, it's going through the metal, the scanners, whatever.
Sir, can we look in here?
And I saw the lady's face. I'm like, oh, fuck, what's in my thing? And it was the stupid toothpaste they had to take out.
Cocaine, yeah.
But they left my razors in there.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's so stupid? You can make a makeshift weapon with your dumb razors.
More so than you could toothpaste.
Right.
I think they think you're like James Bond. You got some C4 in that fucking toothpaste tube.
Please.
Squeezing it out on
I think we could figure out if there's C4 in my
Yeah,
toothpaste.
probably. I think you could just look at you and know you're probably not fucking...
Absolutely.
No, I'm against that.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah, because
I
I think the next terrorist is going to be somebody you didn't expect.
Chechenian, maybe, yeah. Like
That's why no, fuck.
Yeah.
I want profiling to go on, but I also want everyone fucking checked. Why assume the
that's
grandma, isn't part of some shit that she didn't even know about?
Well, you're playing the odds.
Oh,
but
by the way,
that's
good
true.
point. I've noticed that there's a thing in the airport now where they say if you're over 75 or under 12, you don't have to take your shoes off.
Oh, boy.
And I have not heard one person complain about profiling. I have not heard
that's true.
one person complain about age discrimination.
You're profiling that old people probably wouldn't be.
Okay, then, all right. So now I'm a terrorist, and I know this.
Oh, don't say that, Ope.
Shit.
Oh, really?
No
You know
fly
what?
list
Holy
right
fuck,
there.
You're so right. But all right, I'm one of those people, and I know this is the new rule. Why wouldn't you try to get something done with some old broad somewhere?
Of course.
Yeah, you would.
Absolutely.
You're in the airport. You're like, hey, I got your new shoes, you old bat.
Oh my God.
Right?
Exactly.
It's interesting to me how they don't complain. Not one old person has said, why are you treating me differently because I'm old?
Yeah.
Not one. That's where if anyone complains about the fraud, and I people go, well, that's the difference is they're assuming you're innocent, not guilty, and that's the country's based on. But when it's a safety issue, just don't complain about profiling. People don't like a fucking negative profile.
It's reverse profiling, really.
Yeah.
But in saying that kids and older people aren't terrorists, you're profiling everyone else and saying that there's a potential that they could be, and that's profiling.
If I was TSA, I would be patting every fucking hot chick's hiney.
Would you?
Yeah,
I'm sure I thought of it.
of course.
Nice.
Yeah, right. It's random. Know when it's not random anymore? When that fucking hot ass comes through, you're like, okay, time to pat again.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you take advantage of your little power you got at the airport?
Mm-hmm. Damn.
But they got my fucking toothpaste. I was mad. And then I'm sitting there going, okay, I got to carry on with my toiletry bag, and there's fucking razors in there. Go in the bathroom, you fucking pop off the top, and you can make a little something if you had to.
Yeah.
I hope you said that to them.
Yeah. A little delay getting where you want to go. A little search-a-rooney up your old poop chute.
If you're lucky. No, leave the rings on. It's fine.
Yeah, that's
The whole thing is stupid.
It's so
my point, I guess.
It does seem a little random, and
because if you really want to try to figure something out, you could figure stuff out while you're on the plane.
Yeah, and I don't think it's so much that they know they're going to catch anybody. I think it's the thought that if it's random enough and weird enough,
it'll deter.
Right. It'll deter. Yeah, because you'll never know when you're going to be checked.
Seems to be working.
Yeah, that airplane thing that's the biggie of terrorism. Always has been.
Oh, they want to go back to that.
Yeah, and there's so many things in place, and now you have just a flying public that is aware and ready for action. I don't think as much as they used to be.
Right.
But
what do you know on the Southwest Airlines Wi-Fi? Is it a little different than regular Wi-Fi?
I don't know technically.
I'm trying to figure out how tired I was this morning when I heard this story.
You might have been a little sleepy.
Yeah, I felt like it was some kind of voodoo Wi-Fi.
Oh.
It was a little voodoo.
Magic?
Involved. Yes.
I think it's got to be satellite based because it
And what, the other airlines don't have their satellites set for Wi-Fi?
Well, they don't. I guess not, and they also don't have gate to gate. This is the big thing: is that you'll be able to use anything that's a tablet or smaller while the plane's taking off.
This is Americans. They use Go. What's it? In-flight go-go. It's fucking horrendous.
Terrible.
Their connection.
Really?
It's horrendous.
Oh,
And maybe it's just old planes or something.
News
Fab
for
talk?
us.
Yeah. Yes,
Trav?
it's satellite
Trav.
based.
Satellite base and the other airlines don't have that, huh?
No, they use. I think it's called GoGo.
Yeah, go-go.
Yeah, that's what Jimmy was just saying when you were walking.
Or you will see that I'm walking down
Yeah,
the hall.
why don't you
Oh,
go,
my
go
God, you should be-
outside, motherfucker?
Oh, shit.
And what
Should
is
be
that? On some
constantly
type of
wired.
radio frequency or something?
It's only activated when you're in the sky.
Yeah.
But why?
I don't know. That's
It's
just the way it
terrible.
is. Probably because of the FAA rules that you couldn't have.
Oh, look at the FAG telling us about the FAA.
Exactly. Wait,
Jesus.
hold on.
You don't have to
Oh.
clap.
I love that.
Wait, no, he's calling you a fag
Yeah, no, I
Very
got that
good,
chip.
Chippa.
Yeah, that was
instead of a fa.
I would think they'd
I'm
all
sure-
be satellite based.
I know.
I think because of the regulations that just got lifted, they weren't like that. But now that they are lifted, I'm sure this is going to be everywhere.
Because United doesn't have it on cross-country flights. American does the best they can, but it's not that good.
Fly United, then decide. That was their old...
United hooked my shit up, so I have nothing bad to say about them, man.
Yeah, you'll find a good one every once in a while. I'm sure even certain Nazis would bring extra food for the fucking prisoners.
This guy fucking hooked me up without making me pay extra.
Nice.
I wanted to throw a little something, but I was down to $6.
Yeah, holy shit.
I was so bummed.
$6.
I thought when you said I wanted to throw him a little something extra, you were going to say, but he wouldn't accept it.
Right.
I looked at my wallet.
But I didn't.
Because this guy went way out of his way, which is so rare, as we all know. Because the story goes, I was going to eat my Delta ticket and get a new ticket with United, which they hiked the rates because of all that wind and tornado shit. Because flights were being canceled all over, so they had the upper hand. So they wanted to charge me $660, and the guy goes, "You should have just been transferred to our airline." I go, "Well, I wasn't," and he goes, "Well, let me see what I could do." And then he went out of his way and made calls, and that got it done.
Did you give him the 6?
No, because I thought that would be embarrassing.
At least it's something. That's
Better than nothing.
I know, and then I just had to give him a really, really great thank you. I figured that would help. Like just an over the top, like, oh my God, thank you so much.
Was he looking?
They
wouldn't have accepted it. But all the cameras in airports, he would never have taken it.
I think he was making up for his speech impediment. To be honest with you, if you really want to break it down,
Break it down.
he was a stutterer.
Was he?
I was trying to make believe I didn't notice though.
It's like, I don't have time. I'm trying to catch a flight. Spit it out, you little fucking freak.
I was making believe I didn't know.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was just totally focused on his eyes. Making believe.
I know.
I hadn't.
It's so hard to make believe.
Oh my God, I was making believe. I think he felt like I was like his hero because I didn't have one reaction to that.
Well, we got to. I could get you with. Oh God!
just trying to keep eye contact way longer than the sentence should be going for.
Yeah, you don't know what to say. You're panicking in your head.
Then I looked around for an ATM machine. I couldn't find one. And this plane was boarding. I mean, I needed an ATM machine within 100 feet of the favorite guy.
Still, the 6 would have gotten him a Cinnabon.
I was embarrassed because I thought I at least had maybe a 20 in there.
He loses.
I was going to give him 100.
He probably would not have taken it.
Hell's that about?
I would have just left it on the counter.
Oh, God, I dropped my phone again, clumsy fucking fag.
Jesus.
I know, I dropped it twice.
It's not Travis's fault.
I'm not talking to Travis. I'm talking to me. That's the same thing I say in the mirror when I'm brushing my teeth.
What?
With a man's dick.
This guy's going to explain the Wi-Fi.
Always never ends.
Wait till you hear this one. Go ahead, Chris, in L.A. or Louisiana.
No, it's Los Angeles. So I've got a friend who's a pilot who said that part of the reason that they want you to power down devices in the beginning and end of each flight, it's not because of the interference, because they want you to be paying attention.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly.
The likelihood.
Why would you want to pay attention if you're going to die in a fiery fucking plane crash? Wouldn't you want to be very distracted?
Rather catch that last tweet.
Because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen on takeoff or landing, and they want you to be alert so you're able to evacuate properly and all that.
Yeah, and follow instructions. But as far as paying attention is concerned, this one guy goes, "You're so poor you can't pay attention." I was fucking rolling.
Oh.
All right, thank you, sir. I don't believe that though. You don't need to pay attention because there's nothing you could do to save your ass if you're in that situation.
Although most plane crashes are survivable unless they plummet, like people survive most of them, so maybe they wanted you to get in a position. Who the fuck knows? It's just more nonsense.
If you noticed, more people are surviving plane crashes these days. There's a lot fewer plane crashes than there used to be, and more people are surviving.
That means we got one right around the corner.
The ones
Thank you, Jinxer.
Yeah. Oh boy, that take place during takeoff and landing. Mostly landing. It seems like you're getting a lot more people surviving. They've expended a lot of the fuel, and the speeds are a little slower than takeoff, and you're going toward the ground slowly instead of up where something can happen and you fucking fall out of the sky.
Right.
But it's I think a lot of safety things have been put in place over the years. Kind of work. And every crash, they fucking watch those horrible plane crash shows on TV. Man, they pick apart.
I hope you're starring one.
Says the guy who's going to go flying.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
flying
Oh,
soon.
Jesus,
I'm
Jimmy.
flying for tomorrow.
Huh? Tomorrow you fly?
No,
Oh,
Next week.
so you were going. Oh, it's next week.
next week.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I hope everything goes fine.
Me too, swimmingly.
No metal fatigue on your plane.
I hope not. Who gets sick of that?
Because it's heavy metal. It's like metal. Yeah.
Your new Pecker song.
Yeah. Of course. Another Pecker song.
It
Great.
will catch on.
Right.
And we got the last guy was full of shit phone calls.
Oh,
Oh, good.
great.
You want to take one?
Of course.
All right, Steve in Texas. Steve.
No,
All right.
Yes.
All right. Let's go to Chris in North Carolina.
Hey, they all want to
They all want to do the bit.
do the bit instead of just doing the bit.
No, you just do the bit.
Just call
Right,
and
right.
just say it normally.
We
that
do
the guy's
that
full of
part.
shit. Yeah.
We do that part based on what you guys do.
Right. You just have to do it.
You do the part where you correct the other guy.
That guy was full of shit. Yeah, that last guy called up, he was full of shit. You don't have to go, we go,
The one thing I worry about when the plane is landing is spinny wheel, I call it.
Spinny wheel.
That's it. Yeah. When it touches down and the wheel catches, and then and I think that it might go spin to the side, and then of course all hell would have to break loose at that point because now it's not rolling nice.
Like a shopping cart with a bad wheel?
Yes,
You think it's going to pull
that's
that?
what I've been obsessed with lately.
Oh,
when I
man.
land, spinny wheel, I call it.
Huh.
How do they prevent spinny wheel?
Well, the
It
wheel
locks in, right?
No, the front wheel is going to face the same direction
Always?
as the rudder.
Okay, good.
So he controls that
All right, what if he's not paying attention on the rudder?
with the.
Then you could get spinny wheel, right?
But that's what you got to do. And now that's in an old plane. Now they have a little hand wheel next to the seat that actually steers the plane. It controls the front steering. And you know if it's pointing straight ahead or just like you would with the steering wheel in your car.
What if you have a oh fuck situation where he realizes he didn't straighten that shit out?
I do believe
We
right
have to
when
trust a guy to straighten out that wheel before we land.
no, I believe right when the landing gear comes
Goes down,
down,
it's
the
straight.
nose gear is already
Okay. All right, good.
straight.
All right.
And then he adjusts accordingly after he touches down.
Okay.
But it's all rudder until he hits the ground anyway.
All right. So I don't have to worry about spinny wheel.
No, I think you're okay with spinny wheel.
Oh, phew.
Spinny wheel. Although they had that JetBlue flight that came in with the wheel
Sideways.
completely 90 degrees.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
To the plane, and it landed great. It just it wore it down halfway
Like an
through the
eraser.
rim, but it was right on the center
And
line.
they had no idea if that was going to work.
Amazing.
Remember that one?
I think more dangerous than that would be if it was not 90 degrees, if it was at a 45-degree angle, because then you're touching down, and now it's going to turn the plane
Gotcha.
off to the side.
Holy
I don't know
fuck.
what they do about that, because they couldn't bring it back in to just do a gearless landing.
I was on a plane that did a loop-de-loop one time.
Yeah.
Took off, did a bunch of loop-de-loops.
Loop-de-loops.
He's such an idiot.
You
Everyone
are an
spilling their
ass.
coffee.
Oh, God.
Everyone was screaming, but I was laughing.
Were you laughing?
Fuck yeah.
Crazy.
Sometimes you do just resign yourself to death in a plane. A lot of turbulence or something like that. You're just like, whatevs. You
way
do.
I
You
am.
kind of go, whatevs.
Everyone says that.
Yeah,
You give up quick.
I do.
I've never been like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna die.
Isn't
Yes.
that filter song? Isn't that what that's about?
Which one? Airplane?
Yeah. I think he's talking about the fact that when you're in that plane, you're just fucking, you're like, you might as well be a baby. You're in their hands. There's nothing else you could do.
Let's read the
So you
lyrics.
might as well just fucking be along for the ride.
I love that fucking song.
I don't know.
Do you like that song?
Wake on my airplane. Wake on my airplane.
I don't know it.
Oh, God. Take
know.
a Picture is a great filter song. Let's end with it today.
Does the plane
Fuck
song,
it.
how's it go?
What's
Vroom down the runway.
And this makes sense, Sam, because we talked about airplanes. This is a perfect way to end the show today.
I guess.
What's the part about taking the picture? Could you take my picture because I won't remember? Could you take my picture because I won't remember? Could you take my picture because I won't remember? Could you take my picture because I won't remember?
It seems like it's about getting high.
Yeah, well, of course, it's him.
Who's taking the picture? Oh, here's Ed's part. I feel like newborn, and I feel like a newborn. What are you doing?
Up here is where it starts with the airplane.
No, I want the newborn part.
Yeah.
Stop.
Newborn.
I feel like a newborn, and I feel like a newborn. Awake on my airplane, awake on my airplane. I feel so real. God, lyrics are so easy to write.
Oh, you just don't have to make sense.
It's just how you sing them, I guess.
Yes, and you don't have to make any sense.
I didn't realize how monotonous it reads.
Look, I'm not the one for translating what fucking writers have. It just popped in my head.
Right.
You know.
I think he's just talking about getting
This
high.
was an aneurysm.
Jesus Christ. Let me see the first verse there.
Oh my God. We are so cruel.
Awake on my airplane, awake on my airplane. My skin is bare, my skin is theirs. Awake on my airplane, awake on my airplane. My skin is bare, my skin is theirs.
Yeah.
That's all he wrote?
I know. It just seems
the
like
fuck?
he's awake.
Yeah.
He's on an airplane.
But then they sing it, and it sounds brilliant.
His skin is theirs. It's he's got no control anymore.
Now, let's get the plugs in, because we're playing this for real.
Oh, yeah.
The Opie and Anthony podcast is out. It's the best of Mike Tyson. Please go get it. There's links on our Facebook page. Hopefully, it's on iTunes. You just put Opie and Anthony in a pod fucking app search, and you'll find it. All right, subscribe.
Yes.
We're trying to figure out if it's a good business model for the future.
The future.
The Patrice O'Neill one did very well, and people are mad that certain bits weren't on there. Don't worry. There's going to be many volumes of Patrice O'Neill on our podcast in coming months. And then Jimmy's got the American Degenerate now available on Netflix.
Yes, as of today.
And
Tickets on sale for the Borgata starting tomorrow, February 14th. That weekend, I'm doing myself Valentine's weekend, and I'll be in Clinton, New Jersey tomorrow and Saturday at this Garden State Comedy Club. I mean, the material is working out very fucking well. Albany is great, so I'm happy. It's pretty much a new hour.
Nice.
And, it's still in the works, but it's getting there quickly. Yeah, it's much better than I thought it was. So
Good man.
yeah, go to jimnorton.com. I finally have my website up and running, and dates are available there. So
Very good.
Yes.
go.
All right.
And it? Wow.
Yeah.
Here's Filter. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
All right, well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.